What's going on, bosses? My name is Wood Lagute and I am your Residual mentor. And today I'm going to be making another video that's super unedited, super raw, and I just want to get straight to the point with you guys. The topic for today is literally what we're going to be touching on is how you can create your own digital product with Canva. Now, I realized my last video where I did this, you guys gave it a lot of engagement, which tells me that that's content that you guys actually enjoy and want to see some more of because of the amount of engagement that it got. So I want to do something a little bit different today in terms of I still want to teach you guys how to create your own digital product with Canva, but also what I really want to focus on today is those of you that do not have a pro Canva account. So essentially what you'll be learning in this video is how to create your own digital product on Canva without using any of the pro features. So essentially you could do all of this for free. All right. But in that same breath, though, I want you guys to understand that, even though you can do a lot of these things for free without spending any money, spending money on your education, investing in your education, especially in the digital marketing world, because there's so many courses out there, so much valuable information that you could learn. And there's so many tips and tricks that a lot of people are really not releasing for free because they know that, they can just charge for it, right? So, just keep that in mind at least, because I just want you guys to know that investing in yourself is very important. Investing in your education is very important, especially when it comes to things that you really want to learn and you really want to know of. I mean, you clearly clicked on this video because you want to know how to build your own or start your own digital product for free, right? So there's a lot of information when it comes to that. There's a lot of different information. There's a lot of different tips, different tricks when it comes to that behind certain paywalls. And you have to pay that money to find these things out. You have to pay that money to give yourself an edge, to give yourself that leeway where you're able to leave certain people in the dust and be more successful when it comes to your digital product or your digital marketing business in general. Okay, so one of those courses I really want to touch on, and the reason why I'm touching on this course is because I actually bought it myself. Now, I bought it because of the fact, well, there's two reasons why I bought it. One of those reasons is being I'm big on knowledge. I understand that investing in my knowledge is very important. So I bought this course so I can learn more about this space, right? Because I'm making videos for you guys about this space. So I want you guys to have more information, as much information as possible, but I want to make sure that I have the proper knowledge so that when I'm teaching you these things, I'm not, just some random guy telling you random things. So I do a lot of research and I also pay for a lot of courses. This just happens to be one of them. The second reason why I paid for this course is because it has master resale rights. So I get to basically resell it and make and keep 100% of the profits, right? So I bought it for 497 bucks. I can sell it back for 497 bucks and I keep 100% of that. This is not affiliate marketing. I literally have master resale rights, okay, which you guys can learn about as well. So I'll tell you a little bit about the course. Like I said, it has master resale rights, which is great. But what it teaches is literally a step-by-step formula to not only create your own digital products, but also how to list them, how to sell them, how to properly market them, how to start your own faceless Instagram page, right? How to actually get clients from Instagram, how to properly edit those reels, those videos, those posts, how to create your own Canva templates, right? This goes really deep in terms of creating your own digital products and selling them and effectively marketing them. But also, it also teaches you how to resell this course itself as your digital product, right? Because this would be a digital product that's already done for you. And all you have to do is market it to your own audience. Okay. It also comes with its own huge community. As you can see here, it has over 46,000 members. 622 of them are currently online at the time of this recording, right? But over 40,000 people have joined this community and have taken some sort of class within this community, which is great, right? And there's even, if I'm not mistaken, a spot right here with testimonials. You can go through all of these. You can get an idea of what people's experiences are. And I'm sure you guys can see there's multiple different languages in here as well, right? So if you're a Spanish speaker, if you're a French speaker, et cetera, right? Like you can still get this information. In terms of what's included, there's a whole bunch of different modules. I already explained that to you guys, right? Now, I'm not here to, and I don't want you guys to feel like I'm really like trying hard to sell this to you guys. I'm really not. It's really up to you if you want to invest your money in this or not, right? At the end of the day, I don't control your pockets. All I can tell you is this is super worth it when it comes to one, you investing in your knowledge and your actual, your progress when it comes to digital products and digital marketing. But two, this is literally a digital product that's already done for you. This video is teaching you how to create your own digital product. What I'm going to be walking you through in a few minutes is how to create your own ebook, right? But this is an online course with its own community and it's already done for you. So if you want the easy way out, trust me, spending your money always makes things a lot easier. In terms of how to get access to this, I left a link in the description below. It's going to take you to this page right here. This is my landing page for it. As I said, it has master resale rights. So this is where I sell the course. I won't charge you anything extra for the course. I will keep it at $497. I have no need to charge you anything extra for it because I get to keep 100% of the profits anyway, right? So this is my page for it. There's a link down below where you can purchase the course and get access to the community. Okay. Now, in terms of where you can basically list this course and sell it yourself, as you saw in one of my previous videos, Stan Store is a great option for that. There are multiple different options. Free up your storage space would. Okay, great. I'll do that, computer. Anyways, this is another video. I won't be making any more edits. So bear with me, guys. So yeah, so Stand.store is a place where you can go to basically list all of your digital products. You can list the one that you're going to create today based on this walkthrough. You can also list the course if you do decide to invest your money and purchase the course and resell it for master resale rights. Fun fact, within that course, they actually teach you as well how to actually list the course on Stand.store. So it's a very popular platform for selling your own digital products and actually getting leads and getting people into your own little community as well. Okay. And there's a link down below for that as well. All right. And I guess that's about it in terms of that. I really want to touch on that because I feel like it's really important. So let's get into the product creation, excuse me, so that we can actually, get back into what the main point of this video is. All right. So all in all, though, all I really want you guys to take away from that first 5 minutes is essentially don't be afraid to invest in your own knowledge. Don't be afraid to invest in your business as a whole and take the steps that you need to take in order to make those investments. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm giving away a lot of free information on YouTube, but I myself am currently working on an online course that will have a paywall. You will have to pay for it, and it will also come with its own community, etc. And obviously, I'm looking to expand on all of the knowledge that I've learned all over the internet and with all of the information that I've gathered with my research. And, obviously, with me creating this content, I'm getting your attention, which is great. And I would love it if you were to obviously show your support. That's really it. But in terms of support for now, there's nothing you have to spend. You don't have to spend any money. I'm not asking you for your money. All I really need you to do, to be very honest, because this actually helps me out, is like this video and subscribe to my channel, which is great. So I guess with that being said, let's get started. Now, in the previous video where we created our own digital product, what we did was we went on ChatGPT and we gave ChatGPT a quick little prompt to give us some content, right? So we could plug in. Don't worry, I did not make the same mistake this time that I made last time in terms of not logging into ChatGPT before I made or wrote a prompt. I signed in so we can navigate between tabs and it will still be there. So let's leave that in the past. Anyways, so the prompt that I gave ChatGPT today was something very simple. Again, I like to keep these very simple for the sake of, this being a tutorial. Obviously, you can elaborate more on these prompts and make your own product, more suitable to your business. But today, I just want to make something really simple so I can show you that you can not only, get this type of content from AI, but you can also, create your full-on digital product just using AI. It's really very simple, guys. Obviously, put in your own personality and flair, but I'm not going to be doing that for this video. I want you guys to add your own personality, your own flair to your own products. All right. This is solely for the sake of an example. So for today, the prompt that I gave ChatGPT is: you are a digital marketing expert. I want you to create a very straightforward guide that gives the reader 5 tips for creating a successful digital product. Include some extra information with each tip. Okay. So it went ahead and gave me 5 tips with some additional information, right? So 1, identify a clear market need. Excuse me. And start the extra information would be start by conducting, guys, excuse me. Again, no edits. And I talk a lot, as you guys know, but I'll try to keep this shorter than the last. So yeah, the extra information is start by conducting thorough market research to identify gaps or pain points that your digital product can address. Use tools like surveys, interviews, and competitor analysis to gather insights. Ensure that there is significant demand for your solution. Okay, this sounds legit to me. Okay, because this is really things that you would need to do in general in terms of, um, excuse me, in terms of creating a successful digital product. So what I'm going to do is I just read some of the information. I just validated it, right? What you would want to do is clearly read everything, validate everything, add your own flair to it, add your own personal touch to it. Okay. For the sake of this example, we're not going to make any edits. All right. So now we have our digital product. Again, we're going to be creating a guide, an ebook. So let's go ahead. Let's hop into Canva. Let's go to create new design. We're going to do ebook. I just like going for ebook cover. Some people like going for book. Some people just like to add in the actual sizing for this, but I'm just going to go ebook cover. So as you can see, we have a blank page here. We could look at some of their actual templates here. But like I said, like we're just going to go with, we're going to create our own template. We're going to use Canva as if we had a free account. Obviously, I have a pro account, which is why I'm seeing availability to all of these pro templates. We're not going to use any of these pro templates. We're going to create something of our own. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to photos and I'm just going to search for, I already have luxury in here. So luxury. Okay. That's just because I like luxurious pictures. And let's not judge, right? So yeah, we're going to go for luxury and I'm just going to choose one of these that just kind of looks cool and has like a dark-ish background. Because this has to do with online marketing and digital marketing and online businesses. So I kind of wanted to give more of like a luxurious feel. So I guess let's go with maybe, all right, I don't want to spend too much time on this. And again, I'm not making any edits, so it's not like I'm going to be able to cut this part out. So let's choose something for the sake of saving time, but something that makes sense because we're going to add some flair to whatever we choose as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with like this right here. And again, as you guys remember from the last video, when the picture looks big like this, when you drag it over the template, that just means that it's going to go as your background. All right, so I'm actually going to, before I do this, I'm going to show you guys a little trick, right? I want to make the background black. And I'll tell you guys why in a second. I'm going to make the background, I don't think that's fully black right now. I think that's like yeah, this is black. I'm going to make the background black. And that's because I want to give the picture that I'm choosing more of a dark kind of feel to it. Okay, like a dark overlay kind of feel. There's multiple ways you could do that with Canva. This is one of the ways. I just want to show you this way because, not many people use this method. So instead of dragging this over to the background like I showed you guys in the previous video, I'm just going to click on it and have it here as a picture. All right. And I'm just going to size it accordingly so that it can, and I don't think I want this much of the actual building in the picture. So I'm just going to drag it to right about here. Okay. Now, so that's my picture. Now, like I said, I want to give it more of like a dark overlay. So instead of putting an overlay over the picture, I can put the picture above the background like I just did. And I could just edit the transparency of the picture and bring the transparency down, which gives it more of a dark-ish look. Okay, so that's one way to do it. So I'm just going to undo all of that. Just wanted to show you guys that little trick right there because I think it's cool. All right, so I'm going to undo all of that. And I'm going to do it the natural way that I showed you guys before. So I'm just going to drag this as the actual background. Now it's in the background, right? And I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to select a square or rectangle shape. And I'm going to edit this shape to take up the entire page. I'm going to change the color of the shape to black, right? And then I'm going to go to transparency for the shape now. And I'm going to lower the shape's transparency. All right. So essentially what we're doing is the same thing. Excuse me. This is just two different ways to give off kind of like a dark overlay kind of look. All right. but also I don't really like this picture. So let's go ahead and change it. I don't like it. It's not doing what I want it to do. So I'm just gonna drag this in there instead with the gems at the bottom. What did I do? There you go. And then I'm gonna edit the positioning so that I can see more of the diamonds. There you go. And now I'm gonna drag my overlay to make sure that it fits right there. I like this a lot better. Okay. I like this a whole entire lot better. All right. So now let's give it a title. So what is our title? Oh, I have no clue. I did not ask for that. All right. So give me 5 catchy title examples for this guide. 5 essential tips to skyrocket your digital product success. Unlocking digital product success, a straightforward guide with 5 key tips. From idea to launch, 5 tips to creating a winning digital product. The ultimate. I like this, but this is not as accurate as it should be. When it comes to, let me see, identify clear market. Yes, it is. So let's use from idea to launch. And I'm so glad we're doing this together and you guys get to see the actual process, right? So I'm just going to select a title here. So I'm just going to add a text. Sorry, I'm moving a little fast. I'm just going to add a text and I'm just going to select title here and then we're going to add the rest as a subtitle. So from idea to launch will be our title. And then 5 tips will be our subtitle. Okay, and don't worry, we'll edit the font, etc. afterwards. Okay, so all I did just now was I cut the remainder of the title and I pasted it into a different text box, which is a subtitle. All right, so now we have a title and a subtitle on our cover. So let's go ahead and edit these fonts. As you guys know, I love pop-ins, but let's make it a little bit more, I guess, luxurious looking. I do not know why I said that like that, guys. Let's try not to judge me. From idea to launch. Somebody please recommend the script font. I'm just gonna have to go through all of these. I really just want this to look a little bit more luxurious, but I guess you could also say girly. I don't know. I want a script font that looks a little girly. That's just how I'm feeling right now. No. For the sake of not having you guys on this video for too long, we're going to make sure that it looks nice, but we're not going to spend too much time trying to find the perfect design. As you guys know, I am a little bit of a perfectionist, which is why I kind of like making these videos with no edits and just raw and just like literally posting them right after is a little bit tough for me because so much of this stuff I just want to edit. But this is a great way for me to get out of that little, I guess you could say, bubble, and actually get the content out. But also, like, I don't want to keep you guys here for too long watching me figure out how perfect to make this. So let's go ahead and just choose some fonts that make sense. Garrett, can we do pop-ins for the subtitle? We can, but do we want to is the question. Let's just do something that's clear, you know, like let's not do script for the subtitle, basically is what I'm saying. We could possibly do this because it still looks cool. That's not bad. What do you guys think? Drop down in the comments below what you guys think of this font combination. If you guys think it's good, if you guys think it's a little messy, let me know. And let me know what your favorite font combinations are. I would love to know. I like playing with fonts. So yeah. So I think in terms of fonts, we could possibly just use these two for like main titling and everything like that, and then we could possibly use Garrett or Poppins for like the body font. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to duplicate this page. We're not going to do this every single video. Anyways, I have a little bit of an issue with that word. So we're going to make a copy. That's better, of this page. so that we can edit it to our liking. Now, what I'm thinking is we can possibly make every page of this ebook kind of have the same theme in terms of like the background, the dark layout, etc. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's use let's keep the title in each page. So from idea to launch, I'm just going to put that at the top. Okay. Right there. And then I'll possibly put like a separator or a line of some sort underneath. I just like separators. That's just me. Just to keep everything kind of like organized. And then I guess we can use this as kind of like what's going on this page, right? So this page would be essentially, wait, was everything all caps? Yes, it was. All right. So introduction, that will be on this page. I'm just gonna not have this be centered. So let's do this right here. And then I kind of want to add like another line in here somewhere for some reason. Let's do this one. Just gonna have this face this way. Sorry guys, this is just my design mind going all over the place. So just bear with me for like maybe a second. Boom. Okay, cool. And then all the text content can go like in here. So let's go ahead and add a text. Let's do subheading, heading. I don't have paragraphs in here. Oh, this is one of my brand kits. Anyways, I guess let's just do add a text box, and let's change this to Garrett font, and let's change the font size, make it smaller, and left aligned. And now let's just bring it maybe right up here, make it a little bit smaller. Should we do script? We could possibly do script. I said script, italics, sorry. And then we could possibly have it right about here. And let's just expand this so that it takes up the entire, and have it up to here maybe. Right here. Okay, so now we can start adding our text, right? So let's go back to ChatGPT and say, create a short introduction for the first page of this guide. Okay, again, you guys want to elaborate more on your prompts, right? This is solely for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy that, drag it right into here. So I don't know what you guys think of how this font is looking, but it's looking a little bit big. So let's make it smaller. And then I kind of want to increase the spacing between each line. And I also want to make it take up less of the page. This looks much better to me. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it looks much better. You can also get an idea of kind of what everything looks like by just hitting present. So if you hit present, this is essentially what it would look like to your viewer, to your reader, right? The first thing they would see is obviously the front page. So from idea to launch, 5 tips to creating a winning digital product. Next page would look like this. Looks fire. I'm sorry, guys. We just did that in a very short time span. This looks really nice. Really, really nice. I love it. All right. So let's get out of the presentation and let's go ahead and create the rest of our content. Okay. One thing I like to do is, since I'm going to keep this same template for this same page, I'm going to have kind of like be duplicated with the conclusion. I'm just going to have a copy of it. I'm going to make a copy of it from now and then just call this conclusion. And then we'll just fill in the rest of the content in between. Sorry, I just used my hand to point out what's on the screen when there's a mouse on the screen. I love it when I do that because it's like you guys can't see my hand pointing at the screen. Anyways, let's go ahead and ask ChatGPT for a conclusion. So I'm just going to copy and paste the same exact prompt and change introduction to, conclusion. Did I spell it right? Create a short conclusion for the last page. Last page of this guide. Okay. Again, for your own digital product, you want to proofread and make sure everything is, everything makes sense for your product. For the sake of this example, again, we're just going to copy, paste. And as you can see, it kept the same formatting as it had up here. The text fits, it looks readable, everything looks viable. So let's go ahead and create the content in between, which is essentially the actual 5 tips, right? So I'm just going to copy this page again. Excuse me. And instead of introduction here, we're going to say tip number 1. And let's go ahead and grab tip number 1, which is identify a clear market need. So I'm going to go back to Canva. And now, since we're going to have 2 pieces of text, right? What I essentially want to do is, I have ideas. I have ideas and okay, so let's try this. So I'm going to basically have, I'm just going to press Control Z to undo. So I'm going to move this body of text down a little bit. And then I'm going to add a new subheading field right up here just to paste the title of the tip. Okay. And then I'm going to select all of that text and make it left aligned. I'm also going to lower the font size so that it can fit. And then I'm going to drag it to make sure that it aligns properly with my body of text here. Okay. And then I'm just going to double check here in ChatGPT to see how long the rest of these titles are. Okay. So some of these titles are pretty long. So I know they're going to be taking up 2 lines of text. So what I'll do is I'll just make the first one take up 2 lines of text just so I can understand what to expect when I make a copy of this page. Okay. So instead of having this here, let's just put this here. All right. So, and I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. So I'm making this title take up 2 lines because if I make it take up 1 line and I basically edit this entire format to cater around this being a one-liner, then I'm just going to have like the other ones that are longer and take up 2 lines be of a different format. And I don't want that. I want to keep everything consistent. So that's why I made this 2 lines, even though it's a 1-line title. Okay. So now I'm just going to edit the actual text itself. Let's make it bold, maybe a little bigger. Yeah, a little bigger is fine. Identify a clear market need. Great. So now let's just add the rest of the information from the first tip, which is this right here. I'm just going to hit Control C for copy. I'm going to select this text, Control V for paste. And that right there is your first tip. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like again. Let's go to present. I'm just going to hit present. Let's go back to the first page. So this is the cover. This is your introduction. This is your first tip. All the rest of the tips are going to have the same kind of format. Last page looks like this. So far, it's looking pretty professional, pretty good, pretty aesthetically pleasing, pretty, luxurious. A little girly. It's not as girly as I wanted to try to make it look, but, I guess I am a guy after all. So let's make a copy of this page for the rest of the tips, right? Copy of tip number 1. We're going to call it tip number 2. Tip number 2 would be develop a user-centric design. We're just going to Control C for copy, Control V for paste. I'm going to put design on the second line. On the second line. So now again, all of our titles are 2 lines. And then I'm going to get the rest of the information, paste it right in here. We're going to do this all over again. Tip number 3. We're going to come back. This gets very repetitive, which is good. When designing things like this or creating things like this get repetitive for you, that just means that you have a solid flow and you understand exactly what you're doing and you set yourself up for automation. So I set myself up for automation with this design by giving myself a template to work off of. Okay. So because I gave myself a template to work off of, all I literally have to do is copy the template and change the actual content, which makes life very, very, very easy, especially from a designing standpoint. So imagine if you were creating an entire curriculum for a course, right? This would be super easy for you because you now have a template that you can basically follow for your curriculum. And all you have to change is the content for each chapter, the content for each lesson, the content for each topic in general. Okay, so it makes it a lot easier. So keep that in mind when you're creating your digital products, when you're creating your packages, when you're creating your bundles, when you're creating your courses, right? Because all of that is very, very important. It just makes life easier and it eliminates the need to outsource and pay money for other people to do these things for you. Okay. So with all of that being said, that was tip number 5. Tip number 5 has been added to our ebook. Okay. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is stuff that people charge money for. Everything that we just did is stuff that people charge money for. The whole creation process, people charge money for. Designers are charging you money to create this stuff for you. And kudos to them, because me personally, I cannot sit here and design this stuff all day. I would run out of ideas. Obviously, I have some cool ideas because this is a very nice looking product, right? But I would run out of ideas, right? So kudos to them for sure. They deserve the praise. But two, people are clearly charging for a template like this, right? I can hit a template link right here. And this would basically create a link to this template, right? And I could literally put this in my video description right underneath this video. And you guys can have access to this specific template. And you can edit it and add whatever the information that you want to add. You can edit it and add your own product content to it. Matter of fact, I'll do that just so you guys can have an idea of exactly what's going on, right? So I'm just going to hit, where do I want to put this? I'll do that after I finish the video. So I'll just copy it and I'll paste it once I actually upload the video. I'm getting ahead of myself because, again, I'm not editing this video, right? So I'll make sure to leave a link to this exact template for your access in the description. So that's 2, right? People can charge for this template. 3, I literally just created a short guide of 5 tips that has valuable information for creating a successful digital product, right? I clearly didn't, actually read and, validate the content, but obviously this is for the sake of the example, right? But this is something that people would probably charge you $20 for, or $24, or $27, or $40. You never know, right? Because these are valuable tips. Okay. And with a good sales pitch, I can promise you that somebody would sell you something like this. Because again, it's valuable information. It's something that a lot of people need to know. So yeah, so that's the 3rd thing. Pretty sure there's more things in this video that people can charge you for, right? But I'm more than willing to give out this information for free because I feel like this is stuff that people need to know and should know, especially if you're entering the space, right? And with all of that being said, I mean, there's so many different tips and tricks that you need to know either way in order to give yourself more leverage and give yourself more of a head start in creating and in, listing and selling and marketing your own digital product. So information like this, it's easy to give out for free because, it's probably super brand new information to you. It's probably very, very helpful for you. But in that same breath, there is so much more that you could be doing. And that's where a course like the Digital Wealth Academy would come in, right? Which again is linked in my bio. I'm sorry, in my description. And 2, that's where information in all of these courses would come in. I know a lot of people say like, hey, listen, I don't really want to pay money for a course when I could just go on YouTube and get all of this information. Yeah, you can go on YouTube and get a lot of information. The things that are in these courses are things that are not on YouTube, which is great. So just keep that in mind. Okay. But yeah, so that concludes our creation process. So in order to basically list this product, what I would really do is I would go to download, right? And I would select, now, if you're planning on having this like printed, if you want to print these pages out for anybody, that's great and all, but like typically you don't really need to have stuff like this printed because it's a digital product. You want it to be able to be consumed digitally, right? So for the most part, what you would want to do is select PDF standard. Okay, PDF standard, as you can see, is best for documents and emailing. So it's basically better for viewing purposes online. Obviously, PDF print would just be better for printing. It gives you better printing quality for your actual pages that are part of your digital product. Okay, so what I would personally do for this instance, since this would just be a digital product that I'm planning on having be consumed digitally, I would just hit PDF standard. Okay, I can flatten the PDF if I want to, or I can include notes. I typically don't do any of this. I mean, flattening it just, what does it say here? Flattens your PDF. It flattens your PDF, converts content. Wait, what? Brain fart. Sorry, guys. My reading comprehension just went crazy. Anyways, flattening your PDF converts content of the design into a single image per page. It may increase the file size. I typically don't click on this. Okay. The reason why I don't click on this is one, because I just never cared to click on it. But two, now that I'm reading this, I mean, it may increase the file size. Smaller files, in my opinion, are better than bigger files because take up less space on your computer. So great, right? So anyways, there's no real need to click on this unless you just really want to flatten it and you really just care about it that much. Okay. But again, it's going to be consumed online. Most ebook files, PDF files that are being viewed online are easily viewed by or with or on whatever electronic device you're using. If you're using an iPhone, an Android, a laptop, a tablet, you're going to be fine. Okay. So here you can also select how many of the pages or which pages you want to actually publish or save. By default, everything is selected. I mean, clearly, if you're creating an ebook where you want all of the pages to be consumed, keep everything selected. But if you just want to save something really, really specific in terms of a specific page, you can select that here. And as you can see here, it just tells you the page numbers. One thing I didn't go over, so I'm just going to exit this really quickly. One thing I didn't go over is you can edit the page titles to each page. So if I wanted to make sure that I know that this is a conclusion, I can write that here. Okay, so there's that. And like I said in the previous video too, which I didn't go over in this video because I'm expecting you to understand this by now. You always want to add some sort of, call to action in your ebooks, in your digital guides, your digital products in general, some sort of extra call to action that gets your viewer, your consumer, your client to take an extra action, right? So what I would typically do is I would add an extra page that says, hey, listen, like let's say for the Digital Wealth Academy, for example, like, hey, listen, if you want to learn more about digital marketing, here's a course that teaches you step by step from zero to literally having your own digital marketing business and making sales online, right? And I would just have a link to that, to my landing page, which would take you here within this ebook, okay? And like I mentioned in the previous video, you are fully able to do that with Canva, which is great. It's a very beautiful feature. I love it. So yeah, just keep that in mind as well. So back to publishing. So again, you want to go to share. Here, you can obviously share the link if you wanted this to be a template, right? If you wanted to share this as a template for other people to be able to edit on their own because you designed something really cool and you want to share your designs with the world, you can come here and you can get the share link for that, okay? But if you want to download it and sell it or give it away as a freebie, then obviously you come to download. Again, you're going to come to PDF standard here. You're going to leave all the pages saved, and then you're just going to hit the download button, okay? Excuse me. That's really it. It's going to download the file to your computer, to your device. Excuse me again. Really gaseous today. Anyways, it's going to download the files to your device. And once you have the files, you can go ahead and upload them to whatever platform you're using to share or sell your digital products. So if it's Stan Store, if it's let's say system.io or something like that, you can go on there and you can basically add that file and list your digital product for sale, basically. Okay, so keep all of that in mind. Now, in terms of this video in general, I think we've gone over everything that we needed to go over. So what I'm gonna do as a last piece is just use the present feature again, just to see what the entire product looks like. Sorry, my mouse keeps going to my other monitor. So let's go ahead and hit present. So from idea to launch, 5 tips for creating a winning digital product. We have our introduction, which looks really cool. We have our first tip, our second tip, develop a user-centric design. Our third tip, build a MVP, which is very important. Our fourth tip, implement a robust marketing strategy, super important. Tip number 5, provide excellent customer support. You guys know customer support is very important everywhere you go. And then we have a conclusion, which breaks down everything that we talked about. And that it in itself is the digital product that we created today, literally step by step. And again, this is all things that you can do for free. We literally did not use anything that was paid. Actually, let me double check that statement because I don't remember checking if this picture. Okay, so this picture specifically is a pro picture. But you guys get the idea. You guys get the gist. There's a whole bunch of different pictures here. I just clicked on that one because obviously it's just happened to be the coolest looking one right there, then and there. But also that also makes the point of obviously with all of these different platforms, they tend to charge you for this is just very funny, guys, because I really did not notice until the end of this video. But anyways, they tend to charge you for the stuff that they really know you're gonna really like. Okay, so what we'll do for the last bit of this video is change our background picture to something that is free so that we can cater to the people that we really wanted to cater to, which are the people that are looking for a way to do all of this for free. Okay, so this is right here. This right here is a free picture. I'm just going to drag it to my background. Okay, I'm going to drag the same overlay over it. There you go. Is this a free font? Oh my God. Brittany is a free font. Okay. Gaglin, free font. All right, the fonts are good. We don't have to do much editing on that end. This is hilarious, guys. I hope you guys are having fun because I'm having fun right now. This is probably the most fun part of this video for me. All right. So as you can see, this process as well is also very simple, right? Please don't pay too much attention to why I chose the picture with the car. It's just the coolest looking picture with no payments that is, right in front of me. And obviously, like I mentioned in the previous video, if you want access to more stock photos and a more variety of photos, you can go to a website like Pexels. So you can go to pexels.com where you can find a whole bunch of stock photos, right? So I could do the same thing here. I could search for luxury and a whole bunch of pictures would come up. Okay. And you can download these for free, by the way. All right. And or you could go to a website like Unsplash and do literally the same thing, right? Right. And I'm just writing luxury. That's just the first thing in my brain. Obviously, you can search for whatever category of images you want to look for. Okay. So just keep that in mind. But again, just that was hilarious. I don't know if you guys find it as funny as I do, but that was hilarious. And I'm pretty sure if you watched up to the point where I selected those things, then I would hope you commented and said something. So I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be reading some comments about how the product, the things that I chose weren't even free. But if you made it this far, then you would appreciate the fact that I am human and that this video is unedited and that I noticed it and caught on and am now making up for it. So I hope you appreciate that. And we're down to the last page. Let's go ahead and replace this last background, which is a paid background, to a free one. There you go. And now we have an ebook template that is created for those of you that need or at least want to be able to create a digital product for free on Canva without using any of the pro images or pro fonts, etc. So caught on before you tore me up in the comments. Okay. So yeah, that's about it in terms of what's included in this video. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you. I love you. Clearly you found a lot of value in this video or you would have clicked off a long time ago. So thank you very much for making it this far. If you actually got some value from this, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out in terms of getting this video out to more people, which really helps me understand kind of, what you guys really want to see from me and from my channel. And it also helps me, actually curate more content towards what you guys are showing me more engagement with, right? Kind of like with this video. I mean, you guys showed a lot of engagement with the one that I made that basically did the same thing, right? But I'm more than happy to make more videos like this for you guys if you really show that you actually enjoy it. So thank you very much for sticking around. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.